Part 5 of Will Bobby Ever Shut the Hell Up? No, no, no. Believe me, thanks to this thanks to this version of Screencast, you guys are getting a reprieve because I'll freaking talk for at least 4 hours at a time. You know, it's a curse. Maybe a blessing. Not sure. So I wanted to start off the video about my trip to the Playboy Mansion, why I feel sorry for this putz. Um, I wanted to start out with a bit of levity, a tiny bit of comedy. I forgot to mention, is he wearing a sailor's outfit? What the hell is he? Is that right? Doesn't he? If he had one of those little, like, sailor hats on and he's swabbing the deck with a mop, right? All right, so yeah, take a good look at that while we tell the story, because maybe. All right, so it's the summer of 2000. What was it, 13? 14. It was either 2013 or 2014. So essentially, I am an actor now. Okay, I am an actor. I am in the business. So out of nowhere, I'm doing a show. I was doing a show in the West End, and I get a call from the executive producer, and he says, "I've got you booked. I've got you booked at the Playboy Mansion." You know, so at first I'm thinking, we're going to do the last 5 years at the Playboy Mansion? Why would they want to see a musical with two people in it? Well, it wasn't quite like that. Apparently, I'm not going to mention any names because I don't want to drag anybody else into this. Um, so the producer, executive producer, tells me, "Yeah, I got you in because I'm going the week before." He was going with someone, uh, Broadway personality, but she had actually made it onto the. She had a show at that time, and but she's known for Broadway. Um, so, of course, I'm asking him a bunch of questions. The bottom line is, I all I have to do is just get out to L.A. and like a schmuck, I do, because I really started to think to myself, seriously, I I I don't think I can pass this up. I'm kind of scared to death to do it, but I really I got to do this. I've got to do it. So, cut to I'm going there, and it's the night of the party, and it's still daylight, by the way. And here's the weird thing. I don't know how this works ordinarily, but you don't need to know this. So I get there. Okay, I get there. I wasn't allowed to drive there. I got shuttled there, believe it or not. Yes, I got shuttled there. I was picked up at UCLA, and a bunch of us were shuttled, literally shuttled. So when we got to the mansion, got out, I guess because we were peons, we weren't allowed to have our phones with us, which makes sense because you can't get there. There are no leaked footage, no leaked videos, no leaked photograph. Go ahead and look. I tried. No images of secret life going on in that Playboy Mansion. You can't find it. So, but then when I got there, there were people with their phones, but I assume that they were big shots because other people were actually pulling up in their own cars or whatnot. So, so I get there, and believe me, this is going somewhere, folks. Trust me. I'm not just telling you this just to tell you. Um, so I'm in, I'm in, get to the main hall, or at least that's what I consider, like, walk through the entrance that they brought us into, or were kind of escorted into. Oh yeah, you got patted down and everything like that. Don't worry about that. Um, so I'm a fish out of water at this point. Okay, I'm really going to try to truncate the story. I'm a fish out of water, and I head to a bar. Yeah, it was a bar. Okay, it was a room with a bar in it and music, dancing, blah blah blah. Um, so a wallflower at this point. I mean, not literally. I mean, I'm trying to, I'm trying to fake it till I make it sort of attitude. Like I belong here. I belong here. You know. I take a drink. I'm looking around like, yeah. When I feel like it, I'm gonna, you know, go talk to whoever I want. Meanwhile, I'm scared to death for some reason. I'm really scared to death. Mostly because I'm afraid of actually like encountering someone that I knew or know from TV or movies or whatnot. Not that I actually, like, hey Jim, where the fuck you been? Oh my god, I haven't seen you in a long time. So, um, now I'm afraid to move. Not like like shift around or stand up or sit down, but I'm afraid to circulate because I'm not really sure where I'm supposed to go. I'm not really sure where I can go. There were areas where you weren't allowed to go. I didn't go up the stairs, any stairs. I just didn't. I didn't know if I could. Um, Interesting tidbit. When I went to one of the bathrooms, I noticed that uh, nothing matched. Like it was kind of like the towels didn't match. I remember there was a box of tampons and condoms on the sink, but the toilet was running a little bit. You had to jiggle the handle, and it just looked dilapidated. It looked like he hadn't given a shit about the place in quite a long time. All right, you don't need to know any of this. So, um, I had a drink at that point, and I was working on a second drink. Finally, I get the nerve to start talking to some people, and you'll understand why I don't really remember names or anything like that because it's pretty funny. So I start out talking to someone. It was a guy. Start out talking to someone, and then somebody else joined in. Then, like, maybe one person would walk away, two others would come up. Now I'm part of a group. Plus, I have two drinks. Now, at first, people were offering me drinks, and I was like, trying to be the mature person. No, 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 thanks. No, 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 I'm not taking strangers' drinks. By the end of the night, I'm just like, yeah, come on. Oh, thank you. Woo, yeah. I was, forget it. I was taking anything people, like an asshole, I was taking anything people were giving me. So, um, I want to tell you all the details, but okay. Essentially, what I was seeing was something that I had never seen before, obviously. Coming from a musical theater world, you don't see that. I've never been to an orgy before. Uh, okay, let's get to that. I do end up walking into a room which looked like a movie theater. It looked like a movie theater. Like, literally. Like, seats set up, like lounge seats, leather seats, and everything, big movie screen and whatnot, like a screening room or something like that. And it was the first time ever, believe it or not, the first time ever, and I've been to plenty of frat parties, hockey parties, whatnot, I've been to plenty of parties. First time I've actually just seen two people brazenly having sex in front of me. Like, literally, not trying to consent. Now, I've definitely run into people like, oh shit, fuck, oh, I'm sorry, yeah, yeah. No, these people are just like, eyes wide shut, you know? Now, when you've only got one or two drinks in you, you're like, wow, jeez. Hmm. Okay, all right, just, pretend you belong, and you try to desensitize yourself to that. Folks, by the end of the night, I was literally pushing my way very casually around people, actually like pushing on people's naked bodies as they're having sex, like, oops, sorry. Oh, folks, just trying to get by, just trying to get by. I know I was given something. I know someone gave me something that they should not have given me. Um, well, bottom line, and by the way, Hef, actually, for what seemed like 5 minutes, and I think it ended up only being like 45 seconds, was in a group. There was a guy to my left and a couple, and he showed up right in the middle of the couple. He said something. I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't hear him. Much older, God rest him, much older looking, and holy crap, was he didn't hold up well. Holy shit, he didn't hold up well. That kind of jarred me. But he's saying something, and they're laughing, and I'm laughing, and I had the biggest oh shit moment of my life because I had that like Goodfellas moment, like where he would look at me and say, "What's so funny?" Uh, what you? No, tell me what's so fucking fun. I was panicking. Luckily, he just left, and I've never seen him again. Never saw him again. And I'm pretty sure I saw Woody Harrelson there. I hate to call Woody out on that one, but you're allowed to be at a party. I'm pretty sure I saw Woody Harrelson. Um, and the wide receiver that had the bad hands in The Untouchables. Not The Untouchables. The movie with Keanu Reeves, where he was the quarterback. The Replacements. The guy that could not catch. He could run like son of a bitch, but he couldn't catch. I'm pretty sure I saw him too. I forget his name. Um, okay, forget all that. Folks, by the end of the night, I was. I started out the night essentially. One night, I started out the night as a musical theater person from the East Coast. Okay? Singer, musician, actor, dancer, if you will. Okay? If I can be so, you know, presumptuous as to call myself that. Um, I started out scared, nervous, didn't want to talk to anyone, scared to absolute frickin' death, being the life of the party and thinking to myself, and I swear to you, I was thinking this. By 3 o'clock in the morning, I remember saying to myself, I've got to do this. I've got to come back next week. I've got to find a way to get back here. I've got to do this. This is incredible. I've got to come back here. People were treating me like gold. I mean, they were very fascinated about the musical theater. I was like a pet. I was like a talking monkey. I mean, people were just like, really? Like I was, like they were at the zoo. Oh my God, a musical theater a person in captivity. That's amazing. Look at him. He talks. He drinks. He's like a person. Yeah, yeah, we are. Believe it or not. Um, I just wanted to be back there. You could say, oh, it was that whatever you were given, or you were just fucking drunk off your ass or whatnot. Maybe, maybe. But the bottom line is, I was so freaking sucked into that. I was so enthralled in that. In 12 hours, I got there daylight, 6:30, something like that, 6:30, 7 o'clock, something like that. Left literally in the wee morning hours. Okay, so I was there a total maybe of 11 hours. I wanted so desperately to be in that life. I wanted to come back. I wanted to just live at that fucking mansion. And folks, I guess the moral of the story is it's so ungodly easy, so sadistically easy to be drawn in to that life when people are treating you like a rock star and there is anything you want around you. I mean, these people, let me just tell you something. People were literally just coming up to me, girls were just coming up to me, and we would start making out. Like, it was that easy. Like, they would just come up to me like, hi, hey, honey, and just put their hand around my neck and start kissing me and whatnot. And yeah, I've had girls do that before, but this was such a communal situation. It was just so freaking easy to be enthralled in it. And it wasn't like they were degenerates. They didn't come off as creepy, awful, just, satanic people. It was just like, I imagine that's what it was like in the 60s. Everybody was just so free and so open to everyone. There didn't seem to be any animosity, any hang-ups between anybody. It was just such a wonderful atmosphere. Everybody was so wonderful. But it was frightening how you can get dragged in. And that's why I feel so sorry for people like Corey.